We all want to achieve success at some point in our lives. Success is not limited to professional or academic accomplishments. It also includes personal growth, reaching goals, managing relationships, and improving overall life quality. However, for some people, success becomes almost a lifestyle. This is where perfectionism comes into play. While it may initially serve as a motivating trait, over time it can strain mental health, increase stress levels, and reduce the sense of fulfillment. So, what exactly is perfectionism, and why do some people feel uneasy even when they succeed? Perfectionism is defined as the tendency to hold excessively high standards for oneself or others, an intolerance for mistakes, and the desire to perform everything flawlessly. Initially, this can act as a motivating force. A person progresses toward goals, with determination, pays close attention to details, and develops discipline. However, when this tendency becomes excessive, it can prevent success from being a satisfying experience and create continuous anxiety, stress, and feelings of inadequacy. Scientific studies show that perfectionism has two main dimensions: adaptive and maladaptive perfectionism. Adaptive perfectionism is characterized by goal orientation, high standards, and a sense of responsibility. These perfectionists view success as a learning process and learn from mistakes. For example, a student who receives a low exam grade does not punish themselves, but identifies areas for improvement and performs better on the next test. This approach increases motivation while maintaining manageable stress levels. On the other hand, maladaptive perfectionism involves constant anxiety, feelings of worthlessness, and an inability to tolerate mistakes. These individuals rarely feel satisfied even when they achieve success, constantly criticizing themselves with thoughts like, "I should have done better." For example, an employee may successfully complete a major project but still focus on what could have been done better, feeling anxious. This negatively affects both mental and physical health, often leading to sleep problems, chronic stress, and reduced motivation. Social and cultural factors play a key role in the prevalence of perfectionism. In highly competitive educational and work environments, people constantly compare themselves to others, standardize success, and develop a fear of making mistakes. The influence of social media amplifies this issue. Platforms filled with perfect lives create unrealistic expectations, making us feel our own achievements are insufficient. Our brain produces the stress hormone cortisol when we constantly compare ourselves to others, negatively affecting both mental and physical health. Another significant effect of perfectionism is decision-making. Maladaptive perfectionists want to make every decision perfectly, often resulting in indecisiveness. Even simple choices can become lengthy, stressful processes. Research shows that excessive perfectionism increases the risk of burnout, anxiety, and depression. Therefore, managing perfectionism is essential for anyone seeking sustainable success. Understanding the relationship between perfectionism and success is a critical step in personal development. First, individuals should evaluate their own standards and determine which goals are realistic and which are excessive. Viewing success not only as an outcome, but also as a process, can reduce the negative effects of perfectionism. Seeing mistakes as learning opportunities lowers stress and supports personal growth. Additionally, realizing that the perfect lives on social media are often misleading helps reduce pressure from comparisons. There are many strategies to balance success psychology with perfectionism. One of the most effective strategies is setting small, achievable goals. Large goals can be motivating, but consistently setting excessively high standards increases anxiety. Breaking goals into smaller steps and celebrating each milestone creates a sense of progress and enhances satisfaction. For example, a writer aiming to complete a book might focus on writing 500 words daily, allowing them to see steady progress. Similarly, a professional working on a major project can set mini deadlines for each stage, reducing stress and maintaining focus. Another important strategy is guiding yourself instead of criticizing yourself. A common trait of maladaptive perfectionists is harsh self-criticism when mistakes occur. This reduces motivation and increases anxiety. Instead, viewing mistakes and failures as learning opportunities strengthens mental health and makes success sustainable. For instance, an athlete who underperforms in a competition can see it as a learning process and develop strategies for future performance. Developing a positive and supportive internal dialogue enhances both performance and quality of life in the long term. It's important to consciously replace negative thoughts such as, "I failed," with constructive thoughts like, "What can I learn from this experience?" Another aspect of perfectionism is collaboration and social relationships. Maladaptive. Perfectionists often struggle to tolerate mistakes from others, leading to conflicts. Flexibility in teamwork and social interactions enhances success in both professional and personal life. Moreover, being more understanding of others helps balance one's own expectations. For example, managers who adopt a flexible mindset with their teams not only reduce conflict, but also encourage creativity and innovation, which are often stifled by overly rigid perfectionism. Time management is another critical factor. Excessive. Perfectionism often leads to overworking and inefficient use of time. People may spend hours refining minor details that have little impact on the overall outcome, causing delays and increasing stress. Learning to prioritize tasks based on importance rather than perfection helps create balance. Techniques like the Eisenhower matrix or Pomodoro method can be extremely effective for perfectionists as they emphasize productivity while preventing obsessive attention to minor flaws. Success psychology also emphasizes not measuring self-worth solely by outcomes. Many people equate high achievement with personal value. However, true value cannot be measured only by results. Recognizing personal effort, progress throughout the process, and personal growth reduces the negative impact of perfectionism. This approach is critical for long-term satisfaction and mental well-being. Practicing gratitude for personal achievements and acknowledging incremental improvements can shift focus from unrealistic perfection to meaningful progress. Stress reduction techniques are also essential. Mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing exercises, or journaling can help perfectionists calm their minds and gain perspective. For example, writing down daily accomplishments, no matter how small, can help reframe success and reduce the constant feeling of inadequacy. Sharing experiences with trusted friends or mentors can normalize mistakes and provide emotional support. Building a support network is especially beneficial for individuals struggling with self-critical tendencies, as it allows them to gain objective feedback and encouragement. In conclusion, perfectionism can be both a source of motivation and a risk factor. To make success sustainable and fulfilling, it is essential to manage excessive standards, learn from mistakes, adopt a process-oriented mindset, and prioritize mental well-being. Setting small goals, guiding oneself positively, managing time efficiently, practicing self-compassion, and reducing comparisons with others will not only enhance your success, but also improve your overall quality of life. Share in the comments where you experience perfectionism and how you cope with it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can stay updated with new psychology and personal development content.